Hello, all. Welcome to the lecture series on soft skills and interpersonal skills. And today we will be looking at the next topic, which comes after letters, that is memo, okay, or memorandum. Now, memos are similar to email, but at the same time, they're different because they have a specific use, okay. So a memo is basically a document which help to solve which helps to solve problems either by informing the reader about new information such as policy changes, price increases, etc., or by persuading the reader to take an action such as attend a meeting, use less paper, or change a current production procedure. Okay, so like that. Okay, so that is your memo. Now, inter, yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Now, inter-office memos, they basically enable the smooth flow of information in all types of organizational communication like vertical, horizontal, and diagonal. Okay. Uh, Now memos basically they want to talk about changes as I just mentioned, and they also talk about uh they also talk about taking up certain actions. Okay. Now, of course, no other kind of written communication reaches so many people at so many places, levels, as does a memo in an organization. So, the larger the organization you have, the more levels of authority that organization has. Okay. So, a memo is, in a way, it's a good way to reach many people at once. Of course, email is a good way to communicate to people, but memo these days have become extremely important because of the number of times it has been used, and the wide range of subject matter that it covers. Okay. And of course, it also gives you a scope for interpersonal communication within a work environment. Okay. So that is your memo. Now uh, memos can be divided into three categories. The first one is documentary memo, the next one is congratulatory memo, and the third one is disciplinary memo. Okay. Now, the documentary memo is basically used for conveying information, or basically they're written to a subordinate to remind or announce or to give instructions or to explain a policy or a procedure to a peer or superior, to make a request, a routine recommendation, or to confirm an agreement. Okay. So for all of these things, basically they are just instructive forms of memos where you remind your subordinate to do certain things. Okay. And to do certain things which would help in the effective communication within an organization. Okay. Now, for example, one example of documentary memo is when you are explaining a new method of maintaining medical records of employees in an organization, requesting the head of another division to provide additional manpower for shifting some huge machines, providing some suggestions for improving the existing billing system. So, all of these things, so any change or any work that is required to be done, you issue a memo for that. Okay. So a memo you basically write or you basically issue it so that a particular job is done, and so that a particular thing or a particular change is communicated or a particular update is communicated to all the employees in the organization. Okay. So that is your memo or the documentary memo. Next comes congratulatory memo. So congratulatory memo, by the very nature of it or by the very title of it, you can understand basically it is meant to congratulate certain employees because of their outstanding work in the organization. Okay. Uh, of course, it is appropriate for the vice chancellor of a university to send a memo to the faculty members congratulating to their outstanding contribution to the field of research. Okay. The employees can also send their compliments in the form of a memo to their officers and all of these things. So, congratulatory memo is also like bringing about something new, congratulating somebody for something that they have done. Okay. So, it is again announcing something that somebody has achieved something or somebody has done good work. So when you are announcing something new or announcing an update, you issue a memo for that. And congratulatory memo is one such form of announcement. Okay. Then comes disciplinary memo. Now, disciplinary memo is basically, any disciplinary action or new rule that has been, you know, kind of disseminated. Okay. So whether employees violate the rules or breach the code of conduct in an organization, they will be served either a severe warning or another punishment decided by the organization. So the memo which conveys this action is known as the disciplinary memo. Okay. So the memo may be issued to an officer who has accepted a bribe from one of the customers. So that is like again updating updating the employees on a recent development. And that development can either be something which is positive, like congratulating somebody, or negative, like punishing somebody in an organization because of something that they have done. Okay. Now, what is the structure of a memo? The structure includes the heading, opening, discussion, closing, signature, necessary attachments, distribution. Okay. Now, heading would contain the name and date of the organization, sorry, name and address, name of the organization and the address, printed letterhead, the date, I mean, the person to whom you are sending, the recipient from, that is you, subject, like what is the demo about, that is a subject. All this would come under your heading. Next comes the opening. So basically, in the opening paragraph, you will be stating the context and the problem, the specific assignment or task or the purpose of the memo. Okay, that will be the opening. Then comes your discussion, where you will be basically expounding on the opening or expounding on the main topic or the main subject with supporting details. Okay. Then comes your closing, where you will close it with a complimentary close. And then comes your necessary attachments. Okay, which if they are required, you will definitely have to attach them. Okay. And then comes distribution, where the last segment is basically this particular segment, distribution, is used to mention the designations of those people to whom a copy of the memo is going to be sent. So this is about your distribution. Okay. So with this, we come to the end of memo writing. Okay. In the next class, we'll talk about another writing skill. Thank you so much for listening.